welcome back to another episode of the Debate Circle here at the Kisumu region. And the motion for today is, increased foreign investment in Africa is detrimental to our economic growth. Proposing and opposing this motion is Ramba High versus St. Mary's Lwak Girls High School. Proposition, Speaker 1, you have 3 minutes. Good luck to both teams.
Africa, a continent brimming with potential, is once again facing the decision of shaping its future. The question that is before us is stuck. The question before us is stuck. Are we to surrender our economic destiny to foreign investments? Or will we chart on our own course towards sustainable growth? Well, we are not advocating isolation, but we welcome collaboration, but on terms that empowers, not exploits. We need investments that nurture local businesses, investments that transfers knowledge, investments that reinvest profits to build a stronger African economy. But therefore, I, Ernest Otieno, from the Great School of Men in Black, Ramba Boys, gladly propose the motion that says, increased foreign investment in Africa is detrimental to our economic growth. Well, for decades, the narrative has been clear that foreign investment is the key source. Foreign investment is the key to unlocking Africans' potential. However, a 2023 study by the African Center for Economic Transformance demonstrated clear that a 54% profit generated by foreign-owned firms are repatriated back to their home countries. Well, what does this show us? This shows us that much of the profit that these guys invest in, much of the profit that these guys get, they put it back to their country. They take it back to their country while we earn a little of them. Well, by repatriating this to their home countries, then as this resource hemorrhage stifles our domestic investments, it therefore hinders local development of businesses. It weakens the veil foundation upon which a stronger economic Africa is built. At that point, I rest my case.
We may have differing perspectives, but our shared goal is to come together, find a common ground, and come up with solutions that benefit all. That is why I, Rensi Winfrey Muka, from the Trinity of St. Mary's Lwak Girls, come before you to oppose the motion that states increased foreign investment in Africa is detrimental for economic growth. According to the Advanced Learners Oxford Dictionary, 10th edition, it is clearly stated that foreign investment is the act of buying properties or shares in a company or institution found in a nation that is not your own. Detrimental, leading or resulting to damage or harm of something. Economic growth, development of trade, industry, and wealth of a country. In summary, this motion is trying to suggest that if investments from foreign continents, e.g. Asia, Europe, you name it, are increased, it will lead to damage of our economic growth as Africa. But is it really true? Food for thought. On to my first point. A research from the United Nations Conference on Trade and Development World Report on Foreign Investment 2023 clearly stated that increased foreign investment in Africa leads to economic growth. For instance, a 1% foreign increase in foreign investment leads to a 90.12% increase in GDP gross domestic product for South Africa, 0.05% for Egypt, 0.03% for Nigeria, and 0.02% for Kenya. And boom, there comes the capital flow. And do you really know what this means? Better infrastructure, better education, better nation, better social services, and there it goes. Better services, better nation, better continent, better world, and Vision 2030 achieved. On to my second point. Courtesy of World Bank's report on foreign investment stated that increased foreign investment leads to exchange rate stability. For instance, on 4th July 2017, the Standard Nation released an article which clearly stated that the Kenyan shilling eases all eyes on Central Bank of Kenya dollar sales. The Kenyan shilling was forecast to ease further against the dollar on Monday, July 3rd, 2017, due to demand from oil investors and manufacturers. As an instance, it created a global market for Africa. That is what we want. As the wise man says, where I am weak, you are strong. And where I am weak, you are strong. And where I am strong, you are weak. I do rest my case.
Mother Africa has many daughters, oh Mother Africa. Kenya's one of them, and so is Ghana. So all of you in this room, you have to hear me out. Well, the first proposals, the opponent's team, you have come out strongly, but you are not scared. 0.3%, 0.04%, all those statistics, I believe they are wrong. Because according to the United Nations Conference on Trade and Development, it says that Africa rose by 11%. And all those percentages, when you add up, doesn't come up to 11%. Yes, foreign investment is detrimental to Africa's economic growth. And this is why small businesses get squashed. Do you know that big foreign businesses can be like bullies? No, they're actually bullies because they bully small businesses in Africa, making small businesses in Africa not to compete. Dr. Amoa, an expert, said that this will lower the self-esteem of local entrepreneurs. Hence, Africa, you're going nowhere with these people. Foreign investors invest in places where they can make money faster. You know, I wonder why local Africans suffering from cancer have to go all the way to India to seek for treatment. Why don't those Indians come and invest in Africa, in healthcare and in education? Do you know why? Because they think that these sectors will take much time. Dr. Ashakara Muglam says that this may not help Africans to develop the way they want to be. And to my third point, excessive reliance on foreign investments will lead to loss of control over our natural resources and economic policies. I always believe that Mother Africa, our continent Africa, is a continent which is blessed with countries that are rich in natural resources. But look at Congo, example Congo. That is a country that is rich in mineral resources, but they cannot control it. Why? Because of foreign investors. Africa's economic landscape is on the rise, but is over-reliance the best way forward? I leave you with that question. Thank you.
Kofi Annan, the former UN Secretary General, once said, "Foreign investment in developing countries spur economic growth and help to fight poverty. And that is why I, Rafaela Hidaya from St. Mary's Lwak Girls High School, would like to oppose the motion that says increased foreign investment in Africa is detrimental to our economic growth." The opponents said that the United Nations Conference on Trade and Development said that Africa's infrastructure developed by 11%. And we said that 90% for South Africa. Was your mathematics right? They also said that it is hindering domestic investment. But we all know that domestic investment depends entirely on foreign investment because we are developing nations. And we need to access these loans. We need these foreign investors to come and help us so that our own domestic investment can rise. On to my first point. Increase in exports. Foreign investment has increased financial ties between countries, and this gives African countries the go-ahead to export their products. A study shown by Common Market for East and Southern Africa shows that there has been a steady increase in Eastern and Southern African nations. There has been a steady increase in Eastern and Southern African nations embracing foreign investment by 90% from 2017 to 2021. Why? Because these countries are finally realizing that you have ties with us, we expand your global market. Further studies have shown that countries such as South Africa, who have embraced foreign investment, have recorded a gross domestic product of $419.9 billion US dollars, compared to Ethiopia, which is an independent country that only has a gross domestic product of $111.3 US dollars. My second point, raise the skills for local manpower. Through training of workers, foreign investment raises skills of local manpower. Empirical evidence supports that workers from foreign enterprises are more productive as compared to those from domestic enterprises, with a marginal difference of 90% and 10% respectively. So, which side would you fall for? I rest my case.
As Albert Einstein once stated, that the best thing you can ever do in this world is to never stop questioning. So I come and question why people could say that foreign investment is not detrimental to our economic growth. First of all, as my fellow compadres have once stated, that economic growth leads to high interest rates. Economic growth gives others job opportunity, gives most of these people job opportunities instead of us. Why do I say this? In the building of the standard gauge railway, the Chinese, as we know, are the ones who built the standard gauge railway with us as their workers. So people with a higher intellectual value come, then make us do the work. And what is the outcome? The outcome is that they take most of their people to go and work for them. They take most of their people to go and work, like Chinese took most of their people to work for the standard gauge railway. So the capital that came from it, the interest that came of it, where did it go? Most of it went to their countries instead of staying here and developing our own economy. Why does this happen? They just came while we did all the work. But what is the outcome? Our economy still fades, while theirs is continuing to develop, where we sit here like sitting ducks, waiting for a time when they will realize that they're doing a bad mistake. We can't continue like this. Foreign investment has come, and I say that it has done more harm than good. Because foreign investment came a long time ago, but look at where we are. We're not in the place where they are, even though they're more developed than us, but they still keep exploiting us. So we have come saying no to foreign investment, even though you have helped us. The fact that you are exploiting us in this way is not right. I now take my leave.
When a child cries, a mother responds. The pain that make a mother respond is the same pain that I, Ida Kikocha, from the St. Mary's Lwak Girls, is experiencing right now as I stand here to oppose the motion that states increased foreign investment in Africa is detrimental to our economic growth. You said the best thing is never stop asking questions. Right. Then ask yourself, The school shoes you're wearing, where did they come from? Economic investment. A research by the International Monetary Fund clearly states that increased foreign investments lead to job opportunity. I know what's popping in your mind right now. Our government can also do that. Yeah, sure. If they can do that, why then? Where then are the jobs? Why, for instance, is the Kenyan youth, the Gen Zs, on road each day? And to sheer to the and to water down to the sheer fact my counterpart presented, it raises skills of local manpower. How, you may ask? Through training and working together. It also leads to increased export. If you have ties with us, then we expand you globally. Better infrastructure. Let's take South Africa, for instance. South Africa is ranked the most country in Africa with most developed infrastructures due to foreign infrastructure. I know you all know that. Oh my, how could I forget? High quality education. Education is the key. Mahatma Gandhi once said, read as if you are to die tomorrow and learn as if you are to live forever. Why don't we grab this opportunity to utilize fully these foreign investments? Have you ever had a scenario where an opportunity struck twice? Raise up your hand if you ever had. 1, 2, 3, 0. Then let's grab this opportunity to utilize fully this foreign investment for a better today and a better tomorrow. I raised my case.
That time, I didn't introduce myself because I believe the judges don't see me, because I know that I'm too short. So let me adjust myself a little to this place. Okay. So the second speaker said that they help us in domestic investment. Say that we say they help us in domestic investment. No, we didn't say that. We say that the big foreign companies act like bullies to small African businesses. Yes, the second speaker also said that the school shoes we are wearing came from foreign investment. Yes, I totally agree. But then where did the resource for making the shoes come from? Africa. So why are we lazy? We don't need them. We don't need those foreign investors. They help us. Yes, I agree, but now we don't need them. Now we can control ourselves. The third speaker also talked about the Gen Zs and why are they demonstrating. For your information, the Gen Zs are not demonstrating about foreign investment. They are demonstrating about the finance bill. Thank you.
You asked if, yes, the school shoes you're wearing, yes, they came from foreign investors. But let me ask you, where did the idea and the skills come from? You had the material, but you didn't know how to use them. The foreign investors came in and helped you. That's why I say, coming together is a beginning. Staying together is a progress. And working together is a success. Let's not come together, not stay together, but work together with foreign investors for the development of Africa as a continent. That is what Vision 2030, which you see right there, states.
Increased foreign investment in Africa is detrimental to our economic growth. I wanted you to look at increased foreign investment in Africa. And as you start, I expected the following examples of foreign investments in Africa. I expected the example of US aid from the United States of America. I expected the examples of international monetary funds giving loans. I expected the examples of World Bank giving loan to African countries. I expected the examples of US-Africa ties. I expected the examples of China construction of roads throughout the continent, and China-Africa ties. I also expected the most recent tie, that is South Korea-Africa ties. You know, all those are foreign countries and they're investing in Africa. Now, the proposers, your work was to tell us that it is increased foreign investment that is making our economies in Africa not to grow, and you are to prove to us that it is nothing else but increased foreign investment. Opposers, you had two angles to look at this. Number one, you would stick to the increased foreign investment and tell us that there is nothing wrong with increased foreign investment. Instead, you tell us what is good with foreign investment. That is one. The second angle, which actually you did not look at this, if not increased foreign investment, then what is it that is detrimental to our economic growth? Corruption, nepotism, poor leadership. That is a different angle with which you would have brought this argument. Now, let's go to the individuals. Ernest, quite a confident speaker. That was a very good start for your team. However, we felt like you took long to settle. Like your first minute, you wasted it going into what will not really add up to your argument. And then, as the first speaker, you need to define the terms in the motions. You need to set the pace for your team. You need to set the agenda for your team. But that did not come out very well. As the first speaker, you did not play your role effectively. And I think once you have an opportunity next time, you will be able to do much better. Branson, quite a good style of start and delivery. Good rebuttal. You did well as the second speaker. You are quite confident. I liked when you talked about increased foreign investment, killing small businesses and squashing them. That was a good point. However, you did not give us adequate examples of how small businesses have been killed by increased foreign investments. You also talked about African countries losing control of the resources. And you gave us the examples of Congo and minerals. How I wish you would cite a source. Give us examples of such minerals. Give us examples of foreign countries or foreign powers that have gone into Congo and made them not actually grow economically. Steve, you're quite a passionate speaker. As a third speaker, you did a very good summary and a very good build-up to what the first and the second speaker had said. That was good. You brought in the issue of standard gauge railway in Kenya and the surrounding argument. However, there was no strong evidence to back up that argument. I wish you had statistics to back up your argument. It would have been more solid. All in all, you are good speakers. Let me come to the beautiful girls. Renzi, that was a good start for your team. And that was a good pace for the other two speakers who came before you. Quite confident, very good, very clear definition of terms, and good explanation of your stance as team opposition. The examples and points from UNACTAD, that was good. Good citations and figures. You just need to relax a little bit, and it will be okay. Rafaela, you're the bull of the team. That was quite good. You are quite relaxed. You are quite passionate. You are quite elaborate and quite expressive. You did your rebuttal very well. Good command of English. Your points were well explained. I liked the citations of COMESA. And I want to tell you that the future is wide. You think about what you want to become. Ida, good start, good rebuttal, good citations. You gave us figures from IMF. You tried to involve the audience, something that all of us had not done very well. But otherwise, that was good. Keep it up.